I had some amazing conversations this year as a result of campaigning with Fellow. Everybody was so receptive and very kind of honest and direct this year because I think we're all facing a lot of the same things. And so, once you kind of got that out of the way, there was discussion also about, the way things kind of used to be and of course the way things, may be in the future. And one conversation stands out in my head out of a couple, but I'd say one is, when I was talking to a connection around different opportunities and what they were working on, he said, listen, I don't take a lot of these phone calls. I get a lot of them. I get a lot of requests, but I don't really take a lot of these. And I took yours. And he goes, so that's really unusual. But he's like, one, I like the kind of approach that you had around this. And two, I remember way back when I was starting a company. And this was a senior person, someone who's much further in their career than mine, and someone, when I was just starting out, that I used to work with, and that I always looked up to, and someone who was very knowledgeable in their area. And they said, I left this one company, that we worked together at, and I was starting my own. And he's like, and I called people to talk to them about it, and I wasn't getting a lot of calls back. At this time, I worked for kind of a very famous market research and industry research company, the leading in the space and still is. And he goes, and I called you up, and not only did you take my call, but we met, you offered some guidance, you introduced me to other people, and he's like, I'll always remember that, and I'll always take your call because you did that for me, when I was looking and I was just starting out. And so, this is something that we never discussed in the past. And he's like, you probably don't even remember it. And I definitely remember when he started the company and what he was doing, but we had never discussed at that time. Like, he had never mentioned to me how much it meant to him that, we spent that time together and that we worked together and I was able to help him. And so that was really great. Even that was, I have to say, probably over 10 years ago. So to kind of get that feedback and to get that insight and that honesty from someone from over 10 years ago, it was great. It made my whole week. And, one thing that's important is I wasn't thinking about that at the time when that happened. It was just the way that I like to network and the way that I communicate. And so it was really great to see that, there were some benefits out of that and that it really impacted and affected somebody in such a positive way. So that one's kind of really stood out in my head because that felt great to hear.
If you're actively looking for a full-time role or advisory board or consulting opportunity, schedule a call with one of our PCNEs at fellow.us/schedule and make sure to visit Fellow at www.hellofellow.com.